Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your September 2023 reading for your North Node by sign and house. Now, this is going to be a special report reading, which I'll get into in a moment. But if you're new to the channel, the reason I use the North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign in readings is it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's your soul path. It's what you're here to learn and experience in this lifetime. And so you have much more in common with those that share your North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign. So it's much more accurate and relevant in tarot readings. Now, getting on to the special report. All of the astrology is pointing to the fact that between now, September 2023, throughout the end of this year, and then through 2024, there are going to be really great changes happening on the world stage within the collective. Depending on what country you're in, I mean, it's going to be a worldwide thing. My intuition is pointing to this, and also a lot of the astrology is pointing to this. So the reason for this reading is this is to help keep you on path for your individual North Node. Because what can happen a lot is we all have our individual soul paths that we're experiencing day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. But there is also a collective path that we're all on. For example, everyone listening to this reading right now experienced the year 2020 along with me and everybody else up until now. Okay, if you're watching this reading, you did. So we experienced that whole situation as a collective, but we also experienced it individually with our own soul path. And that's what these readings are geared toward. They're geared toward keeping you on your path, because no matter what happens in the collective, although we are affected by it, we have to achieve our best life and our optimal timeline with our soul path and not get distracted by what's going on, because there are going to be some major changes in the next 16 months on the world stage. And so this reading is reflecting what each North Node by sign and house is going to focus on and what they're going to learn during this period of time. So that's why, again, it is a special report reading. Now, you're going to want to watch two videos. You're going to want to watch one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. Okay? So with that, let me connect to the energies and then we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see and hear this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for September 2023 for your North Node by sign and house for Taurus and or the second house. Okay, so this is my special report spread, and it's going to encompass not only September, but also the next 16 months through the end of 2024. Because as I said in the intro, there are going to be a lot of changes on the world stage. All the astrology is pointing to that. So this is what you are personally learning and experiencing during this time period, because we want to make sure that we are staying on our personal path no matter what's going on in the collective. Now, your overall theme card is the Eight of Swords. And what is going on mainly is that this is a time for you, the next 16 months, September through the next 16 months, is a releasing of not only old patterns, but old patterns of thinking, but releasing you, like learning to break free from, even is a better term, breaking free from old ways of being, big time. Okay, so I see that a lot of you, like if you look at the end of the next 16 months, most of you are going to say, wow, I've come a lot of way, a long way. Okay, and you're being released from a lot of like thoughts and even fears. Okay. um and the reason I say fears is on your timeline cards here, starting off, you've got the Nine of Swords, you've got the Queen of Swords, and then you've got the Hanged Man, and you've got the Ace of Pentacles. Now, what is going on here is that I'm feeling a lot of you have been feeling and experiencing a lot of anxiety, but a lot of like mental anxiety that's overflowing and creating emotional disruption of some sort. But like a lot of stuff going on, in the mind. Okay. And a lot of these worries are based on your south node in Scorpio or the eighth house. And I see you, like I said, breaking away from that, but you could be, um, and will be throughout this period of time, kind of going through um, some things in order to break free from them. Okay. So I'm seeing this period of time is really a time of mental challenges, and then that's going to bleed into emotional challenges. But I feel like most of you are going to pass this test, and that's why I see you kind of breaking free from these things. Now, what's ultimately going to happen is what is going to go on in your life and in the collective. It's going to cause you to see things in a new perspective, like in a fresh new way, seeing a different side of yourself, seeing a different side of your situation, of life in general. um and it's kind of like, you know for a lot of you, it's almost like I keep thinking the phrase of like kind of going through the fire, like experiencing something, going through it, and then like learning from it. And the great thing is that when you learn from this, what are you learning? Well, you're learning, first of all, to embody more of the Taurus North Node or second house North Node energy. Okay. And one of the things that entails is a lot of you have the opportunity this next 16 months to solidify more of yourself in the world as far as finances and as far as anything of value. Even if there could be, like, let's say, a little shakeup here and there when it has to do with things of value, but most of you have the ability on the other end of this to create more stability for yourself. It's like you're going through something, but I see that the reward is just um, more stability in your life. And even if it's not of a monetary nature, just like an overall stability around you type of a thing. And so it's like, as I said, it's this awakening. It's like moving away from mental thought patterns and which causes emotional patterns, moving away from that and seeing things in a new perspective. That's whatever's going on in the collective is going to cause you to do that. Now, your advice cards are, you've got the Two of Swords reversed, and you've got the Five of Wands reversed. Now, these are interesting cards. Starting with the Five of Wands reversed, I'm seeing like this is a lot of you, that the reason that you're breaking free from a lot of patterns is I see a lot of you kind of really being drama in your life. Like most people that have their south node in Scorpio or the eighth house, like if you're watching this video, you have experienced in their life, like just like a lot of like intensity and drama. Okay. And that has to do with that south node. And I feel like a lot of you are like over it and you're releasing, you want more of a like simple life, pure life, like breaking free from over complexity and drama, which I see in this reversed Five of Wands. So I see you breaking away. And that's what you have to always remember, that when something happens and you feel or you can see that you might be sucked into drama, it's really good to think, you know what? Do I really need to get involved and messy in this again? And that's kind of what this is saying. As you're going through this, this is going to help you to release, anxiety and kind of break free. Because at the end of this, what I see and what you really want to, where you want to be is, you want to say like and feel like you broke free from old ways of being and old patterns. And so you feel like, wow, I feel much more like free and open than I did 16 months ago, type of a thing. The second thing is, with the Two of Swords reversed, is it's about some of you, um, because you have your South Node in Scorpio or the eighth house, there are many, many gifts and skills that have to do with our South Node. And so what this is saying is that because of the drama you may have gone through, or maybe even be going through right now, there could be a tendency to shut off the emotional side of yourself. It's like, okay, the heart closed for business, just like the card shows, okay, shutting off that side of you because she's sitting there with her eyes blindfolded, her swords crossing over her heart, which signifies mind over the heart, and then has her back turned to the greater body of water, again, emotions, in the emotional field. And so what I'm seeing with this here is that one of the things you want to do is keep your don't shut yourself off from your emotions or emotions with other people. And that's the balance of finding where you're dealing with people around in your life. And yeah, the easy way is just to say, boom, that's it, I'm out. So when you're breaking away from the drama, but keep the heart open, and this is the tricky balance, keep your heart open while you are separating from the drama. Okay. And that's really, really what this is saying, because the reason you want to do that is that you want to bring those natural gifts you have of emotional complexity in your life. It can feed into paying off in the future, because I see it being something to where it's something of great value to you. And you don't want to sacrifice that just to, because you're kind of over the drama or you're over this person or this situation. You don't want to sacrifice that, because it could mean not taking your whole self into the future. You want to be whole. And so I feel like a lot of you are going to do that, but see, that's the advice right there. And just remember that the next 16 months, all the astrology and what I'm feeling intuitively, there are some big things in the collective that will probably take place. But what our responsibility is, we don't have control over the collective. We only have control with our own life path. And that's what this reading's about. This is you staying true to your path, because the more true we stay to our personal path, the better we'll be able to navigate whatever is going around in the collective. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you could hit that like button, I would appreciate it. And if you would like a personal reading where I analyze your birth chart and tell you where it is you need to go for your optimal timeline, there's going to be a link in the description box below. You can get more information on that. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.